Hi guys, this is Evie here behind the camera today, which is something different. Today I'm going to run through my goals and my reading journal for 2026. This is one of the Quirky Cup journals, and I got one when I was achieving multiple reading goals last year. I was using something different last year for my journal, and yeah, decided to use this gorgeous one for the year. It's got gold edges, and yeah, this is the color that I chose. As we go through it, I will also cover my goals for the year in regard to reading. And I might also go through some of the supplies that I'm using as well for my journal. So yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely love it. It's the chunkier version. You can get different ones, but I decided on this one. Okay. So inside I have my name, my phone number, which I should have probably hidden, but that's fine. A couple of stickers from my sticker shop. I will pop that in the description box below because I do have plenty of reading stickers and stencils and yeah, lots and lots of things to choose from, especially in regard to stickers. Lots of artwork there, including these, of course. We then have the index page, so I've written on there what I've added. Two things: you get a welcome and a picture, and then you go into your bookshelf area. Just zoom in a bit. Might actually try and go down a bit more too. Okay. So up here I've just put my key that purple is like 3.5 star reads, orange is 4.5 star reads, and pink is 5 star reads. So what I've done is I've just colored in the books that I've read so far with whatever color their rating will be. Last year I did like write in the bookshelf what I read and stuff, but this year I'm doing it this system. You get another one here, and then of course with my huge amount of reading I'll have to fill in this as well. You then go to your goals and your to-do list. I have added a few on here. So this year I'm planning to reach 115 with my goal number. I did like 105 or 6 or somewhere around there. It was close to 110 anyway. So in 2025 I did read that many. I sort of wanted to go a little bit higher, but not too much higher. So yeah, if I reach it, I reach it. If I don't, I don't. I've done my channel introductions. I've already ticked it. I've got here use credits at Wally's Book Exchange, which is a local book exchange place. I popped in a lot of books that I didn't want when I was sorting my shelves out there, so I have a bunch of credit to use. So I need to, it's just like a reminder to use it pretty much. Fables and Froth is the local book club that we have, so there is a book club there, so just to participate in the book club, which was always fun. I have a list for 26 books to read in 2026, which is in the journal, and I'll show you later. Also in the journal is my romance challenge and fantasy challenge, as well as my A to Z romance and A to Z fantasy. And then I've just put like go and hang at the book cafe for some reading sessions as a different kind of environment to do so. And then I've got here Disney Storygraph Challenge. I'm still to like look into that more, but yeah, I will probably do it as well. So a fair bit happening, but it just adds to the fun of things, doesn't it? I'm just gonna flick through this way. I will do a new release video hopefully for upcoming releases, but this is my list so far. So there are there's an indie author. I actually read the arc to this month, so I'll cover that in my January wrap up. There's also some other ones here. This one is the extension on the Carissa Broadbent series that I'm enjoying. There's also the Dream Harbour series that I'm enjoying as well. The Rosebud I really enjoyed, so I put the second book on for that. And the Assistant to the Villain series, I put the one coming up for that. The Knave and the Moon, which is the one after the Night of the Moth, I really enjoyed that last year. The next book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series, which I'm working my way through. Revenge of the Witches, which is a indie book author, and Half City, which I found out about from a fellow YouTuber. So yeah, obviously I'll add to that list, but that's for now. Excuse me drinking as well, just helps. So next we come to our reading tracker. I haven't actually used this as yet, because I read every day, so I might just change this to something else if I don't end up using it. We'll see what happens. Then we have the reading challenge section within the journal. I've also got challenges at the back as well. This one has a bit of whiteout happening here because I did have my other ones, but I changed it to just write in my Disney challenge books because it's quite a long challenge of like 40 prompts, so that's gonna hang there for now. To be read, so I have a long list. If you saw my bookshelf tour, you will see how many TBR books are on my TBR, both on my cart and my shelf. So the light blue ones are all books that I had at the start of the year, and these pinkish ones are ones that I recently purchased. I do need to actually update this list. I just realized because I got a bunch of books at QBD the other day, so I just wanted to change color in that regard so I know sort of how many books I buy this year, because last year it was kind of extreme, so yeah. And obviously I've ticked off ones that I have done, and luckily there's like 50 million pages there for me. The next section is quick reviews. Sorry. So I put in my quick reviews. My plan is in the quick review section to put like 3.5, 1, 2 star reads, and then in the bigger section where it goes more in depth with reviews, I will do like 4, 4.5, 5 star reads. So that's my thinking and planning along there. So yeah, I've just popped in so far my quick reviews there, and I just sort of mark off that I have reviewed everywhere, like on Storygraph and Goodreads and in here. So that's my plan for that section. I'll let some people obviously interpret it sections differently, but this is how I've come up with using the journal. Reviews and reflections. So this is the bit where I'm going to review my 4, 4.5, 5 star reads. Yeah, so I've got my first one in there, which was an arc, which I gave 4.5 stars, which is Melt the Ice, which is coming out in February by an indie author in Australia. So what I've done is I've filled it in as is, and I love putting photos for my books, so I put a photo here and then just filled in the rest of it as well. For this bit I haven't really done anything though. And then I've got a 5-star, my first 5-star of the year, which was How to Kill a Guy in 10 Dates. That was so funny and entertaining. This was also an ARC audiobook from NetGalley. I'll cover that more in my January wrap up. I love the quote section because it was just endless in that book. And then I've got a 4.5 star with Spark of the Everflame, which I popped in here. For this bit down here, I put some of the challenges in there as well. I think the other two were arcs, so I didn't need to do that. Yeah. And obviously you got a million more sections of that. And I'll just find the end of it. Yep. So reading statistics, I have put last year's statistics for 2025. So it was actually 108 books. 108 books I read last year, which I was still shocked about. I've got my pages in there, days I've read. I read every day, so like, yeah. That's in that other section, yeah. I just kind of mentioned that as well. I just put like the 3 genres that I focused on and what my most popular author was. Ticked bits in there and did some stuff down there. And then I've just put 2026 over here, and obviously we'll see what happens. I haven't put anything in Book Awards yet because I started it for 2026. Yeah. How many sections is in there actually? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 3. So obviously later in the year we'll get to that. I do need to put more of my favorite quotes in from my reviews, but I have just popped one there for now. So a couple of updates I need to do. But yeah, I'll keep extending on there and using that. It just gives you something extra to think about when you're reading too, I have found this year. Yeah, it makes you go into depth more of the books you love. A library card section, I haven't used that bit yet. Apparently this is for like when you borrow books out from your own library. Loan books. Recommendations, I need to fill in this bit as well. Ask some bookish people what their recommendations are, and if you do have a recommendation, pop it in the comments. And in this blank space section is where I put a bunch of other trackers and challenges and stuff like that. So I've kind of written out a series tracker in the dot box section. So I've written out series that I had started last year and will continue with. And the other day I just added Spark of the Everflame in, and I'll just keep extending that obviously. So I've left some pages. And then also I have my book club reads. I just did this sticker up myself, and I just put each month. So our book club does a fantasy book and a romance book each month. Sometimes I pick both, sometimes I pick one. It just depends what the choices are. As you can see, in January I did both books, and I've just started to the colour as per review. So yeah, I just needed a book club section. Then we come to our 26 books to read in 2026 list. Last year I missed out on 4 or 5 books, mainly because I sort of changed during the year my taste of reading. Some were like general fiction ones in there and stuff like that. And yeah, so last year I kind of discovered my taste a lot more leans towards fantasy and romance and mystery. So yeah. Yeah, so these books on this list don't include like new books coming up or anything like that. It's just what I had on my shelf at the start of the year that I didn't get to last year and that I sort of want to make as a priority for 2026, and they're all on my TBR card, so yeah. We'll see how it goes. These 2 challenges I just created up myself. The stickers are from my sticker shop, which I said I'll put in my description. And yeah, I just made the other stickers and created the challenges up myself from a mixture of things that I found and what I sort of came up with myself. So the romance one, I've got a new author, Grumpy Sunshine, Second Chances, Animal on Cover, book themed, music themed, found family, a wedding, a billionaire, fake dating, heartfelt. Freebie, Summer Sports, published in 2026, published before 2026, Small Town, Halloween, Christmas, and Indie. So that's what I have in that one. Sorry, I need to cough. Too much talking. Sorry. In the fantasy one, I have a book with dragons, vampire theme, trials, romantasy, start a new series, wolves, mythical creature, ancient artifact, cozy, map, retelling, gods, goddesses, YA, assassin themed, published in 2026, published before, academy based, quest based, indie author, and magic. So yeah, feel free to take any of that idea if you would like to, and yeah, if you're after any of the stickers, they will be on my website. I am taking a little bit of a break though at the moment due to family reasons, but yeah, there is a link to the Facebook page on my website, and I usually update people when I'm coming back and having a bit of time off and stuff on there. Yeah. And it is only Australia based as well. Okay, so next I decided to do, as you can see, I've already did one fantasy one too. I might be able to do a romance one with the current book I'm reading. I decided to do something a bit different with the A to Z challenge because I have previously done it and I did it by book title. However, I decided to do one for romance and one for fantasy this year. As you can see, I've got a few on romance already and a couple on fantasy already. So yeah, that's just a different way to me to sort of challenge myself. Because I still wanted to do the A to Z challenge. I left a couple of blank pages there, and then I have my Hall of Fame page, which I just created up myself because I am very creative, and obviously I have my sticker business. I have yet to put my first 5-star read picture in here. Yeah, I do have some updating to do, but we'll do that when I can. And then I've left a couple of blank spaces, so if I need another page or two, I can put one. And I've also left space, a couple of pages around the DNF graveyard as well. This one I actually found online, and then I just sized it to what I wanted and stuff and made it a sticker. I do have one graveyard book on there that I kind of just like jot the title of the book in, and when I couldn't cut the stickers, I'll pop them in. Okay, we're almost there. And then the last section I have is an ARC reading tracker. I just wanted to track all the advanced reader copies that I read from NetGalley and indie published authors in Australia. So I've got like book title, the author, where it's from, its actual release date, when I was approved for the book, and then the dates that I read the book. And then I've just popped like a image of the book, and then underneath popped the star rating as well. And then I've just got a couple of extras, and there's obviously blank pages that I can use if need be. So yeah, that's the actual journal and the challenges that I will be doing in 2026. If you want to share your own challenges below, let me know below. Last of all, I'll just quickly run through the resources that I have been using, like the pens I've been using in there and stuff like that. Whiteout, I always make errors, so yeah. This is my Evie printer, which I print my book photos from. I love my Evie printer, it's very handy for journaling and planning. I tend to write really big, so I was kind of scared of writing in my journal, to be honest. And to ensure that I write really, really small and stuff, and finally I purchased these Stedler fine liner pens in this pack. I just got like a heap of colours to do different things with. Yeah, so loving those. And I already had these coloured pencils, which I colour my stars in and stuff, and the books on my shelf. These are big coloured pencils in 24. So yeah, thank you for joining me in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll try and give you an update like halfway through the year or something like that, and then obviously when the year is complete I will show you as well. To stay in tune for all my bookish content, make sure you subscribe. I always have in the description my Instagram and all that sort of thing below if you want to follow. And I was going to say something else. Oh yes, click the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos, because there will be plenty of bookish fun for 2026. Yeah, so I'll catch you all very, very soon. Bye.